All right, gentlemen, welcome to another installment of Short Guy Game. In this video presentation, we're going to go over how you, as a shorter man, can hack the Hinge algorithm and get more matches than you know what to do with. And if you're tired of getting like no dates or just low quality matches, like girls that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, like they're severely overweight, they're morbidly obese, or they're just not very attractive, they're not really your type, or maybe you're not even getting matches at all because you think the algorithm might be working against you, or girls just don't prefer guys who are below 6 foot. By the end of this video, you're going to know everything you need to do to effortlessly land 2 to 3 dates a week with women that you genuinely thought you never stood a chance with. So let's go over the proof in the pudding so you guys can trust me. Here's why you should listen to me. So I'm only 5'6". Now, yeah, I put 5'7" in my bio, but to give you guys a little pro tip, when it comes to these dating app profiles, everyone lies about their height. Even the guys who are 6'4" will put 6'6". So it's okay to round an inch. Don't be, don't fucking lie too much about it. Don't put that you're 6 foot tall if you're 5'6". Just put 5'7", maybe 5'8", right? Don't go crazy with it. I'm 5'6". I put 5'7", right? But as you can see, like, you've probably been told your whole life that shorter men just aren't very attractive. And, if you're familiar with the nature of the beast when it comes to these dating apps, I don't mean to get like kind of like black pilled, but like it's very looks based. And despite all of that, I'm doing pretty well, man. Like I got hit with this notification, 8 or more people are waiting for your response. Like I literally can't send any likes or, accept any new matches because I have too many people in my inbox. I get this like almost every single day. I got 113 notifications, and this was literally over one night on Hinge. Like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 matches over the course of a night. 9. Like, bro, that's insane. That's insane. I got friends who are literally 6 foot and they can't even do half of this in a week. They can't even do half of this in a week. So, with that said, let's go over what you can expect by the end of this video. By the end of this video presentation, if you implement everything I teach you, you can expect to effortlessly get 2 to 3 matches per day. And I'm not just talking about girls that you're not really attracted to. I'm talking about the girls that you are genuinely interested in, like those 7s, those 8s, maybe even the 9s and 10s, bro. 10s aren't on dating apps, but you'll definitely be matching with some pretty attractive girls, the girls that are genuinely your type, the ones you never thought would even bat an eye at you. You'll be able to have attractive women messaging you first. You won't even have to go out of your way to text a lot of these girls because the way your profile is set up, it's going to be literally set up in a way where women want to message you first. They want to go out with you because you excite them. Something about you is different. It's intriguing. It's something they've never seen before on these dating app algorithms. And you're also going to be able to attract the girls you never thought would go out with you, right? Your dream girl, I want you to imagine her. My dream girl, I like Latinas with a nice body and dark curly hair. And, for the longest time, I was never able to attract those kinds of girls, or really any girls, if I'm being honest. My history with dating apps used to be pretty fucking brutal. I wish I had like a screenshot to show you guys, but I would literally go on Reddit and like complain in like r/Tinder, r/Bumble. I would like post my profile in the review profile thread and I'd like implement everything they'd tell me to do. And I still wouldn't get like high quality matches. In fact, I would like get like across like multiple different dating apps. Like I would like set up a Hinge, a Bumble, and a Tinder. And across like all 3 apps, I'd get maybe like 6 matches out of the entire week. And like none of them were attractive. But because I was like so desperate to go out with a girl, I would message these girls anyways, but they thought they were like too good for me. They literally thought they were too good for me and they wouldn't even like go on a date with me. They would flake on me. They would take 6 hours to text me back. It was fucking brutal and it made me feel like shit. And also, you're going to have the option to go on multiple dates a week. I mean, if you're running up 2 to 3 matches a week and a lot of these girls are messaging you first, there's no reason you won't be able to go on multiple dates a week, right? And if you know anything about dating, it's a numbers game. Even if you're going for a relationship, bro, I'm not the kind of guy that likes hooking up. Maybe some of you guys do. But even if you're going for a relationship, it's still a numbers game because it's going to take you a while to find a good girl, but it's also good to date multiple girls so you can see what you're really into because this is going to be the first time in your life you're actually attracting high quality women and you're going to learn a lot of things about women and dating that you never would have even considered before back before you weren't even going on dates or just going out with girls that you weren't really into, right? The quality of women, not just looks wise, but personality is going to be a whole nother bracket that you've never experienced before. But also, this is what's really cool. Your friends, they're literally going to be coming to you for dating advice. Like I have to help my friends who are 6'2", 6'3", set up their dating app profiles because they can't even get a match, bro. They can't get a date to save their life. They get flaked on. The girls leave them on red. And they're just not matched with the kind of girls they're into. And they see me, they're like, what the fuck? Christian, he's like 5'6". How's he getting matches with all these hot girls? It's because I know what women find attractive. I know how to cater towards the female gaze. I'm going to teach you exactly that in this presentation so you can experience everything I just covered right here. So let's go over the online dating statistics. If you aren't aware, the statistics with online dating are pretty fucking brutal. However, it's brutal because most men are lazy. Most men don't put the effort into their profile, right? So I'm going to make an analogy for you guys. Your online dating profile is your dating resume, right? So if you were to apply for a job interview, you would take your resume pretty serious so you could land that interview, get the job, and start making some money, right? Well, the same thing goes for your online dating app profile. It's your resume. So you need to have it set up in a way where women look at it and they're like, holy fuck, I have to see this guy. I want to get fucked by this guy. I want to meet this guy. This guy is fucking hot. Even if you're not going for hookups, like I said, you still have to create that, that excitement, that spark, that interest where she's like, holy shit, I have to meet this guy, right? Because here's the deal. If you're not familiar with how women swipe on dating apps, I'm just going to give you a little explanation. So women, they'll be on dating apps. Let's just use Tinder for an example. I know this presentation is about Hinge, but it's the same. They'll open up Tinder and they're just swiping no on everyone. Everyone. They're not even looking past the first photo. And then they'll see like a guy who's like, he's pretty handsome, he's dressed nice, and it'll stop the scroll. And they'll kind of like look at the profile, maybe read the bio. And they're like, okay, yeah, like he's pretty handsome. I'd go out with him. And then they'll even like screenshot it. They'll send it in like their friends group chat. All their girls are looking at it. And they'll be like, yeah, he's pretty handsome. You should match with him. And she'll be like, yeah, he's pretty handsome. And then she'll kind of like take a second look at the profile. And then she'll swipe no. And then she'll keep swiping no on all these profiles. And then she'll come across a man with a really good profile. He has like a nice shirtless photo, him at the beach, shredded six pack, or maybe like a picture of him in a suit on like a nice rooftop. And then she swipes yes, and they go out. So that's how women use dating apps, just so you know if you're not aware. And I'm going to teach you how to get that kind of profile that stops the scroll and gets you the match so you can land these dates with these beautiful women. But let's go over the statistics. 50% of couples meet online nowadays. So many people are like, dating apps aren't even real. No one uses dating apps. Good women aren't on dating apps. Dude, I've met so many cool girls on dating apps. In fact, almost every date I've ever gone on was either through Hinge or Instagram. 50% of the couples meet online nowadays, bro. So just, get used to it. Get used to it. This is how people meet. It's not weird. It's cool because the advantage to online dating is now you're not limited to the people, in your city or in your town or the places you frequent. You can meet people wherever. You can actually find the kind of girls that you're really into, the girls that are actually your type, right? You might be limited to, let's say like you're really into Latinas like I am, like, how are you going to find that perfect Latina that's your type, if you're only able to go to a certain amount of places throughout the week, right? When you're online, you can just effortlessly find her just through swiping through girls, right? So you can effortlessly find the kind of girls that you're actually into, match with them, meet them, go out with them. Now, women only swipe yes on 6% of men. So I kind of went over this, how women use dating apps. They only swipe right on 6% of men. However, it's not because they're picky. It's not because they have high standards that are unrealistic. It's because most guys' profiles are fucking dog shit. You guys do not know how to set up a good profile, which is why you guys can't get a match to save your life. This is why you have to watch videos like this, which is okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm here to help you. But you wouldn't have to watch these kinds of videos if you knew how to set up your profile in the right way. Men on Tinder have to swipe right approximately 40 times before they can get a match. 40 swipes before they can even get a match. I couldn't find this exact statistics for Hinge, but I'm sure it's something similar. In fact, it's probably even more because on Hinge you can only send 8 likes a day. So that's probably like, dude, it's probably like every 100 swipes before they can even get a match. 100. How many matches a week are you getting a week on Hinge? Just comment below. How many are you getting a week? I'm curious. We'll pull up some data to kind of figure out, what the average man is doing on these apps. And then 50% don't even get a match. 50% of men don't even get a match per day, which just kind of solidifies this statistic right here. So if this is you right here, man, I need you to lock in. In fact, if you don't have like a notepad and a pen, I should have said this in the intro of the video, but buckle up because we're about to go over a whole bunch of shit that you need to hear. If you're single, if you are struggling to attract women, buckle up, take notes, rewind the video as needed, because I'm going to drop a whole bunch of knowledge that nobody on the internet's going to tell you guys, especially you shorter men. There's no videos on YouTube. It doesn't exist. There's not a single YouTube video that exists for shorter men on dating apps. And I can tell you this, I know you guys have a tough time, but I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I know all the secrets, and you're going to have more matches than you know what to do with. You're not going to be another statistic. You're going to effortlessly get more matches than you know what to do with the girls you never thought you could attract. So, why was it over for you from day one? Again, the reason it was over for you from day one is because your profile is dog shit. It's shit. Your photos are like a selfie of you, like in your car, like a half-assed mirror selfie where you can see like the fucking toilet in the background. Picture of you and your boys at the bar. You're like holding a beer. You're drunk, making a stupid face. Like, ugh. Maybe like a picture of you and your mom, and she's like cropped, but you can still see her like arm over your shoulder and her hair like cropped in the corner of the photo. Bro, do you really think a girl's gonna see that and like, oh yeah, I want to meet him. I want to go out with him? No, no, get the fuck out of here, bro. No, she doesn't. Your photos look like your photos look like they came off your mom's Facebook. If I'm being honest, like you got to actually put genuine effort into your profile. You need to put genuine effort. Like you need to think from the female lens, like what do women find attractive, and how can I display that on my profile so I can get more matches and not be another statistic. You also just have like weird, like overly descriptive bios. Like I saw some of you guys are writing like an autobiography for your bio, talking about, oh yeah, I go to this school and when I was 9 years old, I did this and da 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 da. Like she doesn't give a fuck, bro. She doesn't give a fuck. Like cut all that garbage. Cut all that garbage. And this might piss a lot of you guys off, but I don't care what your intentions are with dating. Do not put your intentions on the app. Do not put the intention on the app because here's the deal. Women might want a relationship, but women, dude, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They say they want something and they go for something else. You see this all the time. Oh, I don't like guys who treat me like this. They always date those kinds of guys. Women don't know if they want a relationship or not, okay? It just naturally happens. It naturally happens. Things naturally fall into place. So just don't disqualify yourself because remember the swipe patterns. You don't want to have your profile set up in a way where you give her a reason to swipe no. Because the moment she has a reason to swipe no on you, she's going to do it. She's going to do it. So the next thing, you're just not in shape. You're not attractive yet. It's a looks-based game, bro. But if you're not handsome, if you're not in shape, don't worry. I'm going to tell you everything you need to do to transform your looks and become unrecognizable in the next 90 days. I'm telling you, you can do it. I've done it. It's going to be all right. Don't worry. You're not screwed. It's not over for you. I'm going to put you on the right game plan so you can become a handsome man. The one that women, give double takes, check out in public, and even approach here and there. And then lastly, your text game is fucking cringe. Some of you guys are texting these girls for days on end. Set the fucking date, bro. Set the date. You guys are asking, how's your day? What do you do for work? How's the weather? Do I really have to explain this? Come on, G. Come on, G. So, let's address the elephant in the room. The big lie. Because I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, Christian, women don't like short guys. Well, that's actually not true. The big lie. Women don't like short guys. Here's the reality, man. She didn't reject you because you're short. Your height was just the final nail in the coffin. It was the final nail in the coffin. So here's the deal. I'm 5'6", and I have never been rejected because of my height. And the reason that is because I'm handsome. I'm in shape. I'm well groomed. I'm confident. I know how to articulate myself well. My finances are good. I'm driven. I'm living life on a mission. I have purpose, right? And this is what women find attractive. Someone who's well-rounded, right? Someone who's well-rounded. Someone who's doing good in all areas of their life. Because a lot of you guys are like, oh, man, if I just woke up at 6'3" tomorrow, then I'd have a girlfriend. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because here's the thing. It's not about being good at one thing, right? Just being tall won't save you. If you woke up 6'3", you would still be single because you're still fat, you're still socially awkward, you're still broke, you're still ugly. Your height isn't going to magically save you. Sure, it might get you noticed here and there, but it's not going to just have girls falling into your lap, you getting more matches than you know what to do with on dating apps, girls approaching you, checking out. That's not how it works. In fact, I had a friend. I was helping him out with his, self-improvement, helping him get his dating life in track. 6'4", jacked, hadn't gone on a date in 5 years. 5 years. And the reason that is because he was socially awkward. Yeah, he was jacked, but he was 20% body fat, maybe even a little higher, so he was kind of chunky. And he wasn't very well groomed. He wasn't dressing nice. So we worked on his self-image, helped him, piece together some good outfits, get the right haircut, and I put him on my workout routine so he could lose weight. And we actually focused on creating the muscles that create the aesthetic body. So he had more of that V-taper look. And then all of a sudden, he was going out to bars and clubs, and girls were approaching him. He'd never experienced that before. Girls were approaching him, and he was getting invited to their place. He didn't even have to go on a date with these chicks. They were like, hey, you should come over sometime. Let's watch a movie. Let's cook, right? I'm telling you, bro. This is what I like to call short guy game. Short guy game is a term I initially coined, which is essentially where you max out every other trait that's in your control to make up for your one flaw, which your one flaw is your lack of height, right? So if you can work on every other area of your life, your money, your finances, your physique, your looks, your style, your confidence, your conversational skills, dude, you're going to stand out amongst every other guy she's talking to, and you're instantly going to become her top pick because you're not like any other guy she's talking to. This is what women crave, a man who's masculine. When you're on your mission, when you're on your purpose, and you're well-rounded in every other area of your life, you just got that masculine edge to you that every other man on the planet lacks nowadays. Most men are betas. They're feminine. They don't know how to carry themselves. They don't know how to take the lead on a date. And women crave that. And if you can achieve that, which you will by the end of this video, bro, the way women are going to look at you, the way women are going to treat you on dates, the kind of women you're going to attract is going to be like nothing you've ever experienced before. In fact, you're going to genuinely be experiencing imposter syndrome because you're not going to believe it's real. But I'm telling you, bro, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you because, dude, your dating life is going to literally take a total 360, 180, whatever the fuck. But understand, I kind of already said this. The way you're going to achieve this is by mastering your looks, physiques, social skills, and then living life with more purpose. Because when you're well rounded, she will pick you over the guys who are taller than you because you are an outlier. You are select. You are rare. You are not like any of these other guys. Because it's very rare women actually reject a man because he's short. If a woman tells you, I don't like short guys, what that really means is I don't like guys who are fat, broke, unemployed, weird, socially awkward. It's just a lot nicer for her to say, I don't like short guys than list your whole myriad of problems. Like, imagine if she's like, yeah, I don't like fat dudes. I don't like poor dudes. You know what I mean? She just goes for the easy one that's pointed out. Yeah, I don't like short guys. Get what I'm saying? So stop blaming your height. That's not why she rejected you. I'm 5'6" and women love me. So I know you guys have been thinking this too. But Cristiano, what about height filters? All right, bro. Here's the deal. I already told you how women use dating apps. In fact, when it comes to Hinge, Hinge is a little different than Tinder and Facebook dating and Bumble. So first of all, height filters on all the dating apps, you have to pay for the premium service to get that. Women don't pay for the premium service on dating apps because they simply don't need to. They're getting flooded, inundated with more matches than they know what to do with. They get pretty much every guy they swipe right on, they match with. Look at it like that. Every guy they swipe right, they match with. So why would they even consider paying for the premium service if they're getting literally hundreds of matches every single day? They don't need to. They don't need to, right? And on Hinge, like I said, I have 5'6" in my bio, and I get about 30 matches a week on Hinge alone. 30 matches a week. High quality girls. Girls message me first. Because here's the deal. On Hinge, a lot of girls, they don't even send likes. Some of them do. But it's not too often. A lot of them, they just go through the because Hinge will show you who likes you. They'll just go through who likes them and they'll just match with those guys. They won't even like swipe on new profiles. They'll just go through the people that already like them. So they don't even have to use the height filter thing. So just get that out of your head. It's not something you need to worry about. So let's go over the 5 deadly icks, the unforgivable mistakes that are costing you dozens of matches and multiple dates a week. So first things first, if you haven't gotten this in your head yet, pictures are everything. The first ick is you have pictures that make her want to swipe no on you. Like I said, pictures of you drunk at the bar, pictures of you holding the fish you caught, gym selfies, pictures of you and your mom. She's not swiping on that, bro. She's not swiping on that. You need a picture that's going to hook her attention and actually makes her want to swipe yes. And the easiest way to do that is get like maybe like a shirtless thirst trap photo, like a picture of you in the sauna or at the pool or at the beach, something like that. Not like a douchebag gym selfie, but something that looks a little more natural, something with a little more sex appeal. And I'm telling you, bro, you're going to get more matches than you ever have before. The second ick is your bio, bro. When you're talking about, I just want a loving feminine woman who cooks and cleans for me and, you know, wants to go on fun dinner date. Like, no, bro. No. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. Remember, women, they don't know what they want. They say they want one thing and then they go for the other. Pay attention to women's actions, not what they say. Actions speak louder than words, right? Keep the bio brief, keep it simple, keep it funny, right? In fact, when it comes to bio, you want to set it up in a way where it sparks emotion and encourages her to want to swipe right on you, right? She wants to message you first, right? Because you could set up your bio in a way where it sparks emotion and then she starts the conversation with you. Because remember, women are more emotional. Men are logical. Women are emotional. So if you can figure out how to get in her head and spark her emotions, she's going to start the conversation, right? Number 3, sending cringy pickup lines. She might have thought you were hot, but you said some cringy shit like, oh, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Nope. Swipe no. Goodbye. Kiss her goodbye. She lost all respect for you. She thinks you're a fucking loser. Dude, only fucking weirdos send that shit. You really think you're going to send some pickup line? She's going to be like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to go out with him. I want him to fuck me. No, that's not how it works. You're delusional. You look like a weirdo. Number 4, Nice guy syndrome. Avoid this at all fucking costs. This is what costs you dates. In fact, I want to make this clear. Somebody goes through like, I'm such a nice guy and I can't get a date to save my life. You are not a nice guy. You are a manipulative piece of shit. You're not a nice guy. You don't act like that around anyone else you know. You don't act like that around your mom, your friends, your family. No one. You're the only person you act this nice to. You wouldn't bring your mom flowers. You don't text your mom paragraphs of, how was your day? What did you do today? You don't text her all that shit. In fact, you probably take like 4 hours to text your mom back because you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm a nice guy. No, you're not. You're putting on an act and she can see right through it. She can see right through it. She knows you don't care about her day. She knows you don't care what she did at work today. No one cares. You're doing this so she'll like you more. You're putting on an act so she'll hopefully go out with you, so you can hopefully sleep with her, so you can hopefully get some fucking pussy. Bro, that's like, come on. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. This is why women leave you on red. This is why you can't get a second date, because they know you're putting on an act. They know you're not being yourself. They know you're just being manipulative so you can get a certain outcome with her. Drop that shit at all costs. Just be yourself. I know that sounds cliche, but be yourself, because the women will genuinely like you more for being yourself. Yeah, some women aren't going to like you, but like they weren't worth your time anyways. But the ones who do, they're gonna be like, man, I like this guy. He's confident in himself. He's not afraid to say what's on his mind. He's not afraid to go after the things he wants, right? That's what you want to be perceived as, not this guy who's like a people pleaser, who's trying to, you know, win a girl over by being nice. She loses all respect for you. And then lastly, you're not handsome. Again, this is a looks-based game. If you're not handsome, you got some work to do. But don't worry, I'm going to put you on the right game plan so you can become way more attractive than the average man. So let's go over the new way. This is what I like to call short guy game, where you're now effortlessly matching with the 7s and the 8s you never thought you stood a chance with. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't caught on by now, these girls, they are going to want to go out with you. They want to go out with you because you're different than all these other guys. You're handsome. You're in shape. You dress nice. You got good photos. You got a good bio. You got good prompts. They're messaging you first. They're asking to go out with you. The girls you never thought you could attract. They're just flooding your inbox. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to get this, because it wasn't long ago where my dating apps were drier than the Sahara Desert. So, short guy game explained. So essentially, short guy game is where we max out every single pillar that is in our control to make up for the one thing that's outside of our control, which is our height, right? Because as a short man, like, you're already short. You're fighting an uphill battle. I'm just being real with you, bro. It's already hard enough. Like, you can't afford to be fat. You can't afford to be broke. You can't afford to not be handsome. You can't afford to be boring, socially awkward, not confident, right? Because it's like, bro, you're short. Pick your fucking struggle. Pick your struggle. So I would rather struggle in the one thing that's outside of my control and do great in all the other areas that are in my control. Because this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, it's not about being the master at one thing, just being tall. Just being tall is not going to magically get you a girlfriend. It's not going to magically get you laid. But maxing out every other pillar, so you're this like well-rounded man who's different than everyone else, will set you apart. And I'm going to teach you how to maximize each of these different pillars so you can effortlessly attract girls. So the first pillar is going to be your mindset and your confidence. The second pillar is going to be your physique, which is arguably the most important factor. Then we're going to go over your looks, which physique takes care of most of your looks, by the way. And then lastly, lifestyle. So becoming every girl's fantasy. This is how we're going to become, literally going from like looking like a Reddit moderator to being pretty fucking handsome. Like, look at me right here. Look at me now, man. Like, I look pretty good. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty handsome guy. So physique is the method behind the madness. So facial attractiveness is highly dictated by your body fat percentage. So a lot of guys think that they have a bad face card and that they're ugly and they have bad genetics. And I used to think the same thing, you know. I would look at my dad or my cousins, and they just didn't have very angular faces. They didn't have like strong jaw lines. And I genuinely thought like, oh shit, like I'm fucked. There's nothing I could do. But then when I cut down for the first time, I realized that just like your physique, you know, as you lose weight, your face becomes more attractive, right? Because you carry a lot of bloat, a lot of excess body fat, a lot of water retention in your face due to your diet. But when you start eating single ingredient whole foods like red meats, like steak, beef, lamb, you're eating a lot of eggs, you're eating a lot of fruit, a lot of potatoes. You're not eating all this like processed crap. First of all, you're going to be packing on muscle faster than you can believe it, but you're also going to be dropping body fat, assuming you're eating in a calorie deficit. And as you drop that weight, your facial aesthetics are going to improve. You're going to have a more angular jawline. Your cheekbones are going to hollow out. They're going to become more pronounced. Your face is even going to look more symmetrical. Like, look, my face looks lopsided here. It literally looks lopsided. My face is like super symmetrical here. Now, there's some other things we can do to manipulate our facial aesthetics to look more attractive, and I'm going to go over that. But the main thing is that you drop body fat, and this is obviously going to make your physique better too, right? So ideally, we want to get to about 10 to 12% body fat because this is when you're going to have peak facial aesthetics, but your physique is also going to look a lot better. You're going to have a shredded six pack. You're going to have bicep veins, visible muscular separation. Like you're just going to look fucking good, bro. You're going to look like a male model, right? Now, in order to achieve the aesthetic physique, we want to make sure we're prioritizing the right muscles. So there's 7 muscles that create the aesthetic physique. And before I go over that, like I want to talk about the importance of the aesthetic physique. So a lot of guys are told to hit the gym so they become more attractive and improve their dating life. And that absolutely will work. It's worked for me. But a lot of guys, they start hitting the gym and they start saying things like, man, like ever since I started hitting the gym, I haven't gotten noticed by any girls. In fact, I don't even think women like muscles. Like I've only gotten complimented by other men. The reason that happens is because guys don't, one, they go on these crazy bulks and they gain way too much body fat. 2, they don't prioritize the 7 aesthetic muscles that create the aesthetic body. So, having the aesthetic physique isn't about being a bodybuilder. It's not about being the biggest guy in the room. It's not about, looking like Arnold. It's about having more of a lean and proportionate physique, right? Focusing on having the golden ratios, right? So when you have the perfect golden ratios, the perfect shoulder to waist ratio, there's studies that show that you actually become rejection proof. You literally become rejection proof no matter what flaw you have. You could be bald. You could be, short, which you probably are if you're watching this video. You have like facial deformities. You could be broke, whatever's going on. If you have the perfect golden ratios, women will look past that flaw and it just creates that true biological primal attraction, right? It's the same thing when you see a woman with a nice body. You can't help but look, right? It's animalistic and you're going to create that true burning desire when you, 1, have the attractive face, but 2, have the aesthetic physique. So the way you're going to get the aesthetic physique is prioritizing the 7 muscles that create the aesthetic body, which is going to be your shoulders, your upper chest, your biceps, your lats, your abs, your forearms, your neck, and your traps. This is what's going to make you more masculine. This is what's going to give you more sex appeal. In fact, if you look at any Hollywood actor, or anything about, women's romance novels, all the men are depicted like this: lean, broad shoulders, bicep veins, small waist, abs. That's what women find attractive, right? That's what makes you look more masculine. That's what makes women fantasize over you. And even when you have clothes on, you still look good. Like, look at me in this sweater. Like, you can still tell, like, I got broad shoulders, man. It's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. So if you're not in shape, better get in shape, bro. Now, some other things that you can do. Hold up. Let me make sure I'm not skipping over anything. So some other things you can do to maximize your facial attractiveness is getting the right haircut and the right facial hair, right? Having the right haircut can instantly create the illusion of more symmetry to your face, but it can also make your face look more angular, more pronounced, right? So right here, I got some stupid ass haircut. My face looks like a bowling ball. Here, I got like a nice middle part going, like a flow, longer sides. And I find that this hairstyle suits me really well. It makes my face look more symmetrical. And having nice thick eyebrows can help too, getting the right facial hair. Now, unfortunately, I can't grow a full beard, otherwise I would. But I find that the mustache goatee combo works really, really well for me. So figure out a haircut that suits your face shape, that gives you, more angularity. And I find for most guys, having longer slides, maybe like a low taper, or maybe no taper at all, with like maybe like a middle part, making it look messy, tends to work really well for most guys, most face shapes. But do your own research. There's literally like thousands of TikToks made by like all these like 16-year-old looks maxers talking about the best haircut for your face shape. So just do your own research, and it'll absolutely bump you up a point or two in attractiveness, and the physique will instantly make you more attractive. So the way you're going to get a more aesthetic physique in the next 90 days is, if you're overweight, I always want you to eat in a 500 calorie deficit for the next 90 days, and focus on eating single ingredient whole foods, like I said, and then going to the gym just 3 days a week. Set up your split and a 3-day upper lower split. So Monday you'll do an upper body day, Wednesday you'll do a lower body day, and then Friday another upper body day, and just do 2 to 3 exercises for every single muscle group, working in the 4 to 10 rep range, and just focus on getting as strong as possible on those key exercises. Like mainly do like compound exercises like overhead press, incline bench, weighted pull-ups, stuff like that. Mainly focus on exercises like that, and then do some like curls, some lateral raises to, really hit like those like arms and shoulders to really isolate the muscle. But just focus on getting as strong as possible in the 4 to 10 rep range, while eating in a 500 calorie deficit, eating single ingredient whole foods, training 3 days a week. And bro, your physique will transform. You will become unrecognizable. Women will be checking you out, and other men will be asking you like, hey man, what's your workout routine? I'm trying to look like you. So that's how you're going to become every girl's fantasy. Let's go over pictures that will flood your inbox with more matches than you'll ever know what to do with. And I'm not just talking about like the 3s and 4s. I'm talking about the girls you actually want to go out with, the girls you never thought you could match with, the girls you never thought would be checking you out, the girls you never thought you'd be sitting across the table with on a date. So the first photo you need, and this is going to be your highest point of leverage as a shorter man. And I can already hear you guys saying, oh, I don't want to be a douchebag. Bro, as a short man, it is absolutely mandatory your first photo is a thirst trap. And I highly recommend you do a photo more like this, where you're shirtless. And, the way you want to do this thirst trap is, you don't want to look like a douchebag. You don't want to do like a shirtless mirror selfie at the gym or something like that. Or a picture of you at the gym, like curling a fucking barbell or some shit. I've seen people do that. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? This is like peak male gaze. You want to cater towards the female gaze. So this is one of my most liked photos on Hinge. So when it comes to Hinge specifically, here's the deal. I wouldn't do a photo like this as the cover photo. Now, if you're on like Tinder or Bumble, this is perfect for the cover photo. But a lot of girls on Hinge aren't as thirsty. They're not like they're more relationship oriented. So you want to be more subtle with it. So I would do a photo like this, where you're wearing like a nice button down. Maybe it's like slightly unbuttoned, and you can like see your chest, maybe like some biceps. And then later on in the profile, you throw in a picture like this. But here's the thing, a taller guy, he might be able to get away without having the thirst trap in the photo. But as a shorter man, remember what I told you about having the perfect golden ratios, the aesthetic physique, and then just women's swiping patterns on dating apps. This is what's going to get you matches. Like, I probably get half as many matches when I don't have a thirst trap on my profile. And it's simply due to the fact that, like, one, it just doesn't like stop the female scroll. But two, when it does stop the scroll, they see 5'7" in my bio. They're kind of like, well, I don't really care, right? But then they see the physique, and it changes their mind. It changes their mind. Now they want to match with me. They don't care that I'm short. So it's in your absolute best interest to have a thirst trap. It's mandatory. You need to get one. But if you're not in shape, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you got to just get in shape first, and then you can get this photo. You're just going to have to accept the fact that you're not going to get some matches for a couple months. But once you get in shape, once you start dressing nice, once you, get in shape and you have good photos, it's going to be game on, bro. So the next photo is what I like to call the cool guy aesthetic lifestyle photo. So this is literally probably my most liked photo on Hinge. It's a picture of me in New Mexico. I'm wearing like the cool linen shirt, the linen pants. I got the jewelry. I got the cool background. And it just kind of like displays that I live like this cool lifestyle, right? So another like cheat code when it comes to dating apps is your photos should display like you live like this cool lifestyle. even if you don't, I'm not saying like fake this like personality that you don't have, but like if you're, showing photos of you traveling at cool places, cool rooftops, cool restaurants, whatever. Like it allows the girl to imagine herself living your lifestyle, her on a date with you. And if you know anything about women, they love to imagine things. They love to fantasize. And what you want is for them to fantasize themselves on a date with you. And you can curate this through taking photos of you just living this cool lifestyle. And in this photo, it's a really cool example. I like killed two birds with one stone. I did the thirst trap combined with me traveling on this like cool balcony, right? Killing two birds with one stone, right? This photo, that's why it's one of my most liked photos. This photo, I think, is my most liked photo because girls don't want to be like too thirsty and like the thirst trap. So they like this photo because they're like, okay, he's handsome, he's traveling, he's cool. I'm going to like this photo. And then this photo is another mandatory photo. I call it the GQ model picture. Essentially, you want some kind of picture of you in a suit. Now, obviously, I don't have like a button down shirt. I'm wearing like a suit and a polo, but just wearing a photo of you in a suit will do numbers. It will literally do numbers. In fact, I would say for a dating app profile, a photo like this and you in a suit should probably be your cover photo because women go crazy for a man in a suit. There's a saying that a suit is a man's lingerie. So if you have like a nice tailored suit, get a good photo of it. Like maybe you're like standing on a balcony at night. Maybe you're on like a cool rooftop or something like that where it's like you're looking cool. It's like a nighttime vibe. You're in your suit. Like that will get you a lot of likes and you'll get a lot of women messaging you first like, wow, you're so handsome. You look so nice. You look so put together. I like your style. I wish more men dressed like you. Like women will literally be swiping up with things like that. So get a picture of you in a suit. If you don't have a suit, go to Macy's, go to Nordstrom's, buy a suit, get it tailored, get a photo shoot done. Now, one thing I want to cover as far as pictures go, you don't necessarily need to like pay a photographer and get a photo shoot done. I've never done that. I've seen other guys have a lot of success with doing that, and I'm thinking about doing it soon. And if I do, I'll make a video on it. But all of my photos are taken on my iPhone. You can simply get a tripod, or if you're like with a friend or whatever, just tell them to snap like a cool photo. So when you're going out, when you're hanging out with your friends, when you're traveling, when you're just going about your life, ask people to take photos of you. Make it natural, right? Make it natural because you want your photos to just look like you're seamlessly living this like badass lifestyle that she wants to be a part of, right? And just do that. Like when you're on vacation, get a tripod, get pictures of yourself. If you're at the pool, set up the tripod, take some photos. If you're with your friends at a cool bar or whatever, get like some photos, man. But just make sure they're high quality, professional portrait style photos that, present you in the best way possible. You want these photos to highlight your strengths, which are going to be your physique, your looks, and your style, right? All these photos highlight my strengths. And that's what gets me matches. This is what makes me stand out amongst all the other guys. The average guy's profile, I've told you, it's shit. It's mirror selfies and just cringy photos that he took like 5 years ago that are like dog shit. But when you got a profile like this, you already are standing out amongst 90% of guys. So understand photos are everything. Remember what I said. Your dating app profile is your dating app resume. So you need to take it serious if you want to get dates. So let's go over prompts and bios that are going to make her want to message you first. So the goal of your bio or prompts is to spark emotion. Women are emotional. So if you can trigger those emotions, they're going to feel forced to text you first. So a prompt I use, and you can steal this if you want to, is so what I like about Hinge is it's perfect to set up for girls to message you first because they got these little prompts you throw in the bio. And one that I really liked that was doing numbers was I'll pick the topic if you start the conversation. So this prompt already like is encouraging her to message you first. But then the topic was first date horror story. That's sparking emotions, right? That's sparking emotions. Like, dude, the amount of girls that swiped up with stories like this was hilarious. I got messaged some crazy shit, bro. This girl, like, just read this. This was probably the third date, but went on a date with a guy downtown Dallas, and he didn't know the sidewalk rule. By the way, if you don't know the sidewalk rule, you need to walk on the right side of the sidewalk, gentlemen. Like, this is just like old school manners. This is what makes girls fall head over heels for you. And if you don't know this rule, it's why you're not getting second dates. But anyways, so I was walking on the sidewalk, and a random homeless person smacked my hand with a rope. Yeah, I could totally picture that. If you guys live in downtown Dallas, I live in Dallas. A lot of homeless people. Like literally, there's like homeless people. They'll just like pull down their pants and just shit on the side of the road. It's fucking crazy. So always walk on the right side of the sidewalk. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. You want to have prompts like this that make her want to message you first. Another one I have is the prompt is you should not go out with me, and I put if you can't handle Italian men. So I'm Italian, so I can get away with saying that. But maybe you're like Hispanic and you say, oh, you can't handle Venezuelan dudes. You can't handle Colombian men. Something like that. Bro, the girls will be like, oh, I'm curious now. I wonder what Italian men are like. You know what I mean? It sparks that emotion, that curiosity, and she starts to imagine, bro. So it should the goal of the prompt or the bio is to invite a conversation. Given your life story, immediate left swipe. It's boring. She doesn't care. It's too logical. You want to spark emotion. Spark emotion. Another so Hinge, you don't have a bio. It's just prompts. But I'll give you another example. Like maybe you're on Tinder or Bumble where you do have a bio. A bio I used to have was permanently banned on farmersonly.com. So here I am now. She's the amount of girls swiping are like, what the fuck is farmersonly.com? Why were you trying to match with farmers? You know what I mean? And they thought it was funny. It would get me a lot of, girls messaging me first. But the intent is to be vague, or you want to be vague with your dating intentions. Remember, women, they don't fucking know what they want, bro. They don't know what they want. They say they want one thing and they go for something else. So even if you want a relationship, just don't put it in your profile. Just hide your intentions, right? If she likes you, she'll become your girlfriend. It's as simple as that. It just naturally falls into place. Again, women, they like mystery, they're emotional, so be vague. And then lastly, it's okay to round up on your height. Remember, like I told you, everyone lies about their height on dating apps. I'm 5'6". I put 5'7". I put an extra inch. In fact, when I have shoes on, I'm 5'7", right? Like it's not a big deal, bro. It's not a big deal. She's not gonna bring a fucking measuring stick to the date and measure your height. Like, unless she's like taller than you. And by the way, I've gone out with girls who are taller than me. It doesn't matter. Like girls, they wear heels, like they wear makeup. Like, bro, don't worry about it. You're overthinking this. So let's go over setting the date. So before I go over these points right here, I just want to show you guys like height literally doesn't matter. If you haven't seen enough proof yet, this should literally just solidify everything I've said. So this girl started the conversation with me. By the way, she started the conversation because my profile is just set up in a way for girls to want to message me first. She goes, Christian, why do you have to be so fine but so short? By the way, guys, my real name's Christian. I go by Cristiano. That was actually supposed to be my real name. But on my dating app profile, it says Christian, I guess. But anyways, I go, I could have sworn you were the girl who had a thing for short guys, right? Notice how I didn't get angry. I didn't get reactive. I just kind of like exaggerated what she said. So this is essentially what's called a shit test, where women will say things to see how you respond. Like this, if a woman shit tests you, a lot of guys fail this. They'll get angry, they'll get reactive, and then they kill the vibe. Women say stuff like this because they actually find you really attractive. They like you. They just want to test to see what kind of man you are. So the way you want to respond is agree and exaggerate, make a joke out of it. Because this shows that you're confident. It shows you don't give a fuck. It shows you can't be knocked off your square, which actually raises her attraction. She's like, oh shit, like this guy's a confident dude. Women crave confidence in a man. So I go, I could have sworn you were the girl that had a thing for short guys. And she's like, I mean, why would I turn away a fine, respectable Christian man? Right? Now she's qualifying herself to me. She's qualifying herself to me because I put the ball back in her court. And I go, good question. Where are you from? Mansfield. I think this convo would feel more natural in person. And she goes, agree, name a time and a place, got her number, set up the date, boom, rest was history. So what you need to understand is time kills deals. Dating is just like sales. They say time kills deals. Same thing happens for dating apps. If you don't move fast enough like I do, you're going to get left in her inbox. These girls are getting more matches. They're getting literally, some of these girls are getting 1,000 matches a week. I'm not even fucking joking. So if you can't move with speed, you're going to get left behind. She's going to talk to another dude and she's going to go out with him instead. So the key is you want to go for small talk, then go for the close. That's exactly what I did here. Small talk, go for the close. Get her location, figure out where she's from so you can figure out if she lives in your area, and then tell her something like, hey, you seem interesting. Let's get to know each other in person. Something like that. Hey, you actually don't seem boring. Let's go for some gelato. Something like that. And then she's gonna be like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then boom, get her number, set the date. And if she says anything other than like, I don't know, unmatch, don't respond, don't waste your time. She's not into you. But if she shows some level of interest, if she seems like she's down, get the number, move on. So that's the thing. The next thing, you need to get her off the app ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. You are losing dates because you are not getting her off the dating app. Because I'm telling you, bro, these girls' inbox, they are flooded with matches. So many matches that they are overwhelmed. And you're just going to be another dude in her Hinge inbox and she's going to forget about you. So you need to get her number so you can get into a more personalized inbox where there's less dudes messaging her, right? And the way I like to go about this, so I know that she's actually into me, and so she's investing in me, and she has to continue qualifying herself to me, is I'll say, hey, here's my number. Just shoot me a text and I'll set the date. Easy. So if they're not willing to text you after you give them their number, they're not into you. But if a girl messages you first after you give her her number, she's complying to what you're telling her to do. Boom. She's just investing more into you. She's more likely to go out with you, right? You got to be assertive. You got to call the shots. Women love this. Women love being told what to do. And if they don't like what you're telling them to do, they're just not into you, right? But a woman who's into you, she loves being bossed around. I don't care what all these like liberals on the media tell you, like, oh, toxic masculinity. Fuck that garbage, bro. Fuck that garbage. They love a masculine man. They crave it. It's in their biological nature. It's in their biology. They need it. They crave it. And they don't get it because most guys are bums. So you're going to get her number. Now you got to set the date. You got her location. Just do a little small talk to her, like, hey, like, I've been thinking about getting gelato lately. You should join me. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'd love to. Perfect. I'm free. Give her two options. I'm free either Tuesday or Thursday. And she's going to say, oh, I'm free Tuesday. Boom. Perfect. Say, I'll send you the address the day of the date. That way she knows, like, so I don't like to, chit chat with girls for days on end leading up to a date. So the way I like make her think that I'm not like some douchebag that leaves her on red, when she gives me the day she's available, I go, okay, perfect. Hey, to keep the mystery alive, like, I'll send you, or no, I don't, no. I say, hey, like, I'm going to send you the address the day of the date. Talk soon, something like that. That way she knows that I'm not like leaving her on red. And then if she starts talking to you more, like, why aren't you texting me or something? Be like, hey, I just want to keep the mystery alive so we can have, better conversations face to face. Or hey, I'm not a good texter. We'll have some great conversations in person, right? That way she knows like you're not like trying to like leave her on red. And most girls understand this, will be cool with it. And then the day of the date, send her the address, give her the time, give her the logistics, all that, and then boom, you'll go out with her, you'll see her, and you'll have a phenomenal time. But yeah, man, that's it for Short Guy Game. Here's some things you can do to get a date this week. Start taking photos, book a photo shoot. You don't have to necessarily book a photo shoot, but like start taking good photos. Go out on a rooftop, go to a cool bar, go to some cool restaurants. If you're on vacation, take some cool photos, man. But make sure in those photos you're dressed nice. Make sure you got your hair cut, you're well groomed. Make sure your body language is on point. Make sure it doesn't look overly posed. Go back to the photos I took of myself and kind of emulate, what I'm doing in my photos. Try and copy me, right? If you want to book a photo shoot. However, I want to remind you, if you're not in shape yet, if you're not handsome, this will certainly help you get more matches than you were before. But what's really going to help you is, you working on your looks, you becoming more handsome, you getting in shape. So if you're not in shape, if you're not handsome, make that your main priority. I'm not saying don't use dating apps because it'll still be good practice. It'll still be good practice because at the end of the day, dating is a skill. And the more practice, the more reps you can get in, the better you'll be at when you actually go out with the hot girls. Like you won't be like nervous. You won't be like low confidence. You'll actually know how to carry yourself well. So I wouldn't just not try because you're not good looking yet. But yeah, bro, if you're not in shape, work on that. Get some cool outfits. Go to the store, buy some nice clothes, get your hair cut. start hitting the gym, lose some weight, and bro, you'll be looking good in no time, and you'll be crushing it on these dating apps. But some other things you can do to get a date this week is create a high quality Hinge profile. So you got the photos. Make sure you set up your bios and prompts in a way that makes the girl want to message you first. Add an extra inch to your height. Just look good, bro. Look good. Make her stop the scroll. Make her, curious about you. Make her want to match with you. That way you can get a date, go out with her, and the rest will be history. Next, start messaging girls. Not every girl is going to message you first. That doesn't mean you can't message girls. Start messaging girls. If you message girls, I'm going to be real with you, bro. Like, you're going to get more dates that way. You're absolutely going to get more dates because you're shooting more shots, right? You got to shoot your shot. So start messaging girls, right? Use kind of like the text format I told you to be out. Have a chill opener. Be like, hey, what's good? So be like, I'm doing good. Cool. Have a little small talk, spark some emotion, talk some shit. Then go, where are you from? Get her location. I'm from here. Okay, perfect. I feel like getting to know each other would be more natural in person. If she says anything other than yes, on match. But if she's like yes, be like, perfect. Here's my number. Text me. I'll set up the plans. Boom. You know what to do from there. You got a date. But that's it, man. If you want to learn more about my online inbound attraction system, so you can now choose the girls you want to go out with, so you can effortlessly attract the girls you're actually into, despite being a short man, implement this protocol. You'll start getting results like this. Girls literally messaging you first, girls expressing high interest, you literally not being able to send likes or accept new matches because your inbox has hit the limit, getting more matches than you know what to do with on dating apps. Like, if you implement everything I taught in this video, this is what your dating app is going to look like, bro. This is literally what it's going to look like. It doesn't matter that you're short. You're a select, handsome, rare individual, and you're what every woman desires. And if you want to learn how to become that man, like you want my one-on-one help, I actually do help guys maximize their self-image so they can be that guy that effortlessly attracts girls. I help men, work on their grooming, work on their haircut, get the right, style, the right clothes, work on their wardrobe, put them on the workout routine so they can build the aesthetic body. So you could just effortlessly attract the girls that you never thought you could. So you can set up your dating app profile in a way where you're just, attracting girls. They're coming to you. You're not having to do the chasing. They want to go out with you. They're messaging you first. And I'm telling you, this all has to do with maximizing your self-image, becoming as handsome as possible. And as you can see, I've had a pretty drastic transformation, and it's allowed me to have results like this. And if that's something you want my one-on-one help with, so you don't have to like guess around, you can learn from someone who's made all the mistakes and knows exactly what women actually want. You can book a one-on-one coaching call with me in the link in the description of this video, and I'll help you get right, man. I'll work with you. We'll get you the right haircut. We'll get you on the workout routine. We'll tell you what clothes to buy, and you'll become a totally new man. You'll become unrecognizable, and you'll be going out with your dream girl. If that's something you're into, man, top link in the description of this video. Otherwise, man, appreciate you watching this video. Subscribe, like the video. I post videos almost every single day like this to help you guys, with your dating life, help you self-improve, help you become the 10 out of 10 man that you're capable of so you can live up to your true potential and have the dream life that you've always desired. But that's it for this video, boys. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.